Memorial Day weekend was a busy one around DuBois County. More on ceremonies that honored veterans. Plus, Carrie Schneider brings us this week's report with our friends at the DuBois County Humane Society. And Carla Striegel-Winter talks about the DuBois County Solid Waste Management District tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin tonight with a Louisville man jailed after a Memorial Day evening pursuit across 5 local counties. Just before 10 o'clock last night, Indiana State Police were told to watch out for a white Ford Escape driving recklessly along westbound Interstate 64 from the 91-mile marker in Crawford County. A trooper soon saw the vehicle at the 85-mile marker and tried to pull it over. Police say the driver, 31-year-old Paul Embry of Louisville, did not stop and kept going westbound before exiting at the 79-mile marker in Perry County. Embry then ran a stoplight at the top of the exit ramp and went back onto the interstate, where he continued westbound at speeds approaching 100 miles an hour. The trooper stopped the pursuit around the 69-mile marker near DuBois County for the safety of other drivers. Then, at around 20 after 10 last night, another trooper noticed the vehicle while patrolling the westbound rest area at the 59-mile marker a couple of miles east of Dale. The SUV pulled back out of the rest park and got back onto the highway going westbound and again approached 100 miles an hour. Police were finally able to stop the SUV at the 54-mile marker, where a third trooper deployed tire deflation sticks. Embry's SUV slowed and came to a stop at the 53-mile marker in Warwick County, and he was arrested without incident. Embry was booked into the Spencer County Jail on a level 6 felony for resisting law enforcement with a vehicle. Yesterday was the ultimate celebration of sacrifices made by so many men and women for our freedom, and the DuBois County Veterans Council had been leading the effort to honor our nation's veterans. Saturday morning, the Veterans Council hosted DuBois County's annual Memorial Day ceremony on the courthouse square in downtown Jasper. The day featured many remembrances of our soldiers, including POW MIAs. Steve Bartles led the honors for the local POW MIAs. Bartles says it's all about keeping the memories alive for those who gave all in defense of freedom.
On behalf of a forever grateful nation, let it be known that a soldier is not dead until they have been forgotten. Remember.
The ceremony also featured recognition for deceased veteran Tom Messier. Messier was born in 1935 in Bourbonnais, Illinois. He began serving in the United States Marine Corps as an artilleryman at the age of 19. Messier left for Vietnam in August of 1965, and he served as an artillery chief, directing accurate fire in support of Marines and soldiers who were on the ground. Messier retired from the Marine Corps in August of 1974 with several commendations and medals. Messier also helped to start the Southern Indiana Leatherneck Detachment of the Marine Corps League and served as detachment paymaster for 7 years. He was later honored with silver and bronze Distinguished Citizen medals, among other honors. Dave Englert of the Southern Indiana Leathernecks read a tribute to Messier on Saturday. Englert told the crowd that serving his country ultimately shaped Messier's life and legacy.
Tour of duty as a recruiter introduced him to the Toys for Tots program, and he would forever be a volunteer dedicated to ensure the success of Toys for Tots. We would see him every year with the Marine Corps League. A tour of duty as a drill instructor would give him a penchant for precision and a diligence in detail. Later, he would use these skills when training local area honor guards and funeral details. He was often in charge of the firing detail on Memorial Weekend, and he demanded excellence.
Family members lay a wreath at the Veterans Memorial on the courthouse square in Messier's honor. Now, NSA Crane Commander Timothy A. Craddock was the guest speaker on Saturday. Craddock thanked those who made it to the ceremony and says it's a sign that people's views on veterans from years past is changing for the better.
Maybe it was the lessons learned from the Vietnam conflict, or perhaps the shared experience of seeing today's young men and women fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. Or it could even be the many movies and TV shows that suddenly have shed new light on the real sacrifices our service members make. Regardless of the reason, something has changed about the way Americans now think of their heroes. And that shift transcends politics, cultural differences, and religion.
More than 130 veterans who were living in DuBois County passed away over the last year. Their names were also read as part of Saturday's festivities. And finally tonight, graduation season came to a close over the weekend, and the trends statewide continue to be positive. A recent report from the group Building a Grad Nation found that Indiana's graduation rate has risen by about a percentage point and is currently at 87%, which is higher than the national average. The overall goal is to be at 90% graduation by the year 2020. To reach that goal, the report recommends that states expand the use of early warning systems that can indicate a child needs intervention, and to make state funding more equitable so low-income and affluent students have the same opportunities. There is still room for improvement of graduation rates among special needs students, however. While an increasing number of students with disabilities are completing high school, the report found that students with disabilities in the Hoosier State graduate at a rate of just 69%. Now, here in Du Bois County, more than 500 students graduated over the weekend. The most recent data available from the Indiana Department of Education for 2014 shows that all 4 local school corporations had non-waiver graduation rates of 86% or higher. All right, coming up after the break, Carrie is next with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, and later, more on the Du Bois County Solid Waste District. We're back after this.